Hey everyone, this is Damien, and you are watching the Sunday watch list for the Options Professor podcast. Now, for the next 3 weeks, I'll be traveling, so there won't be any video. You're used to seeing my face in the bottom corner there for the next couple weeks at least. I won't be able to do that because I won't be in my home studio, but I'll still be trading. I'll still be doing these watch lists and obviously my recap over the next couple weeks. This week, I did a quick scan this morning, and I've got one bearish stock and 6 bullish on my watch list. Kind of hard to find those bearish ones because the market had kind of been trending upwards. And so hopefully this is a start of a little bit of a bullish run. Let's take a look first. I'm going to start with Netflix, and Netflix is actually the one stock that I have that's on my bearish list. And so if we take a look here, I'm on the 1 hour chart, again, looking only week to week, not much further than, maybe 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks. That's because we're on the hourly chart, and I like to only hold these credit spreads or debit spreads for 1 to 2 weeks, nothing longer, so I can move on to my next plays. So if we take a look at the way Netflix is setting up here, we've got the 200 moving average right at 495, and then the 50 moving average also is coming down, and it's probably going to hit 490 pretty soon. So this obviously is in this downtrend, right? We see it coming down in this downtrend. I don't like to call a bottom. I think originally we were thinking, hopefully it could hold this 490 level, and it didn't, and it's still in a downward movement. Okay, so a lot of pressure on the top side, resistance hopefully at 495. I'll take a look at this to see if I can get credit at 495. I don't mind moving it down depending on how the market does. But Netflix obviously is a stock that we've played in the past and we're really comfortable with. Now it does have range down to the 480 level, so just keep an eye on it. If it comes down here, we'll plan to take other action, maybe a debit spread on the way back up, or see if it just breaks that and continues downwards. All right, so that's Netflix, the only bearish stock I have on the watch list this week. Now let's start with ADP for our bullish stock. And as you can see here, it's sort of trending upwards. I can see the slight trend upwards over the past week. The 50 and the 200 are also trending upwards, and it's right in between the Keltner channels. So I think if I can get a credit spread at 198, I like 198 being support, which is right here, 198. I think it's got range probably up to 200 or 201. So here's the 200 level. Probably can go to 200 to break that and potentially go higher. All right. So we'll watch this one, see what it does on Monday morning, if it's something I can get into. Second stock is Google. And I'm looking at GOOGL. GOOG is similar as well. So it shouldn't matter really. But if you take a look at this, again, nice upward trend. I have another chart where I'm looking at Ichimoku Cloud as well. So kind of look at where the cloud is and where these trends are going. So it's got this upward trend, 50 moving average and the 200 moving average are below it. I like the 50 moving average here. It's at 2,400. So 2,400 right now is probably a good level of support. If you can get lower, like I got this 2385 or 2380 was down a little bit further. So it just depends on where you can get enough credit to have it make sense. Sometimes that $20 can make a big difference, especially as it comes down to expiration. Now, this is an upward trend. I like it to hold this 50 moving average at 2,400 and range all the way up to 2,450. So we'll see if Google continues this pattern up. Obviously, if we can put a credit spread on, a put credit spread at the 2,400 level for 1 week, it seems like a high probability trade. Now, number 3 on the bullish list is AKAM, another tech stock. And AKAM is one of those that I've played in the past as well. So we can see it's even going back a couple weeks, we can see that it's sort of just moving its way upwards. The 50 and the 200 again are moving up. And I still have this green line here at 112. 112 was a level we had played in the past, and it looked like it was a really good level. So now that's moving upwards. I kind of see this, if it can hold right around here, which is 117, 116 area, with range up to 120. Okay, so I can hopefully hold this for this week, move up a little bit, or just trade sideways. That's totally fine. So I'm using this 50 moving average as its base of support for this week. Now, one thing that we kind of worry about is it going to come back down and fill this gap? It's quite possible, but I don't know if it will during this week. So I'd rather just play this to the upside and watch it. Okay. But if you're super, super conservative, then that's why I say the 116, that's where the gap was, the bottom of the gap. All right. So risk reward, I would be looking at this to make sure I can get enough credit based on how much risk I'm taking on this trade. All right. Number 4 is AMD. And again, AMD is a stock that I've traded in the past. It's looking like 80 is a good level of support. I've drawn in this green line here. So you can clearly see it came down, tested 80 here, came close to 80 around here, tested 80 again here and bounced off. So I think 80 is a good level of support. The 50 moving average is sitting right at 81, and it's kind of pushing it up. So I don't necessarily need this to move upwards, but I just need it to move sideways. And that's what it's been doing over the past week. It's been moving sideways. So if it can move sideways, stay above the 80, and I can get good credit at the 80 level, sell at 80 put spread, this is something that looks really appealing to me. Number 5 on the bullish watch list is MRNA. And we can see this just steady increase. And obviously Moderna is one of the COVID vaccine providers, so they've been doing pretty well. We saw a big spike up to 227, and I'm watching this to hold maybe 210. So as the 50 moving average moves up, so 210. Now the reason why you see this up here is because I actually have a working order in, so 210 or even 205, and we have a target range up to 230. Okay, so I think this can trade sideways. It's totally fine. It could take another leg up to 230. So this is one I like to watch, and we'll watch this TTM to see how the squeeze plays out. Okay, but it looks like it's starting a squeeze upwards. Okay, last one for this week is TDOC. So a lot of these stocks should be familiar. I've talked about them in previous podcasts, so they're not unknown stocks. But if we take a look at this one, it sort of had this upward trend earlier on. It consolidated and then upward again, and hopefully another consolidation before another move up. But this one I like at the 150 level because that's right under the 50 moving average. Okay, 150 support with a range up to 160 up here. Okay, so again, not a whole lot of time behind this. We're only trying to do these for this coming Friday or potentially next coming Friday. The way I break it down is if I make a trade Monday or Tuesday and I can get enough credit for the current Friday, I will make that trade. If it's Wednesday, I typically don't like to get into trades Wednesday because the Friday's too short, and then the following Friday just seems a little bit too long. But then the Thursday and Friday of the week, I would target the following Friday. Okay, that's typically how I look at my time frames based off of my charting. Okay, so that's the watch list for this week. Hopefully it does well like the previous weeks. I will be back on Friday and I'll do a quick recap of some of the trades that I've done through the week. Okay, thanks. Good luck to this week. Trade green.